go over Hyperliquid. As you can see, this thing is up over 13% inside of the last 24 hours. So Hyperliquid has been doing super well right now. And as you can see, this thing is not stopping. So we're going to talk about this. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. So as you can see, the price of Hyperliquid got all the way up to $62.60. So it pumped a lot, right? And if you look over here inside of the top trending projects on CoinGecko, Hyperliquid is literally ranked #1 for all coins, right? So Hyperliquid is doing big numbers, 1.5 billion in 24-hour trading volume, 13.9 billion now inside of market cap. And yeah, it's not stopping. It's not stopping at all. And then on top of all of that, if you look over here, you see Hyperliquid is now only $2.5 billion away from flipping Doge. So Doge market cap is 17.7 billion and Hyperliquid's market cap is 15.2 billion. So it's actually about to flip Doge inside of market cap, which is actually extremely crazy. Like it's really crazy to see that Doge is about to get flipped by Hyperliquid. So this is crazy. We're going to go over the whole analysis here though with Hyperliquid, so definitely stick around to the end of the video, guys. So we're going to start with this analysis. As you can see, we had a bullish pattern, very bullish pattern here. So this was an easy layup for Hyperliquid to pump and break out because as you can see here, it broke out of this ascending triangle. And we know ascending triangles are bullish patterns. One of my favorite patterns out there is the ascending triangle. It's one of the most bullish ones in my opinion. And as you can see here, we broke out upwards off of that ascending triangle. We went straight to the moon off there, went right to the resistance at $58 and even went up to $62. And then if you come all the way back here, you can see that it was at $45 right here, right? $45 when we pumped up previously last time. And that's how I made the Fibonacci. I just took it from the previous swing high all the way down to the swing low. And that's how we came up with that. So if Hyperliquid is to continue to go up, we're really targeting this Fibonacci up here all the way at $78. So that $78 Fibonacci is what we're targeting here for Hyperliquid. And you can actually see that we are pulling back some. And the next support that we really have is all the way down at $45. So we'll have to see how much we're going to pull back by and see if we're going to use that $45 resistance as like a support base. So that's what we're looking at. And then the red line here is the 50-day moving average. As you can see, that's increasing as well. So that's pretty good. And then we have the daily chart up here, just showing lots of buying pressure. We don't really have much info on it because, you know, Hyperliquid hasn't been out that long as a coin. I'll say that as a coin, not as a project in a whole. But yeah, it's looking decent here. It's looking decent. And yeah, we could have that pullback. Now we have the %R training exhaustion showing that Hyperliquid is overbought. Again, we can have a little bit more of a pullback or a little less, either one, give or take. And then we're also seeing on this MACD all of this heavy buying pressure right here. This is huge. This is a lot of buying pressure. So what I think is going on with Hyperliquid, we're probably creating bearish divergence, and bearish divergence is higher highs on the chart, lower highs on the MACD. So what I think is going to happen here is that we are going to pull back, right? And then just a little bit of selling pressure right here. And then we're going to have some more buying pressure come in, which is going to be less than the other buying pressure, pull back a little bit more, and then a dump, right? And what that will look like is lower highs on the MACD while simultaneously printing out higher highs on the charts. So this could look like Hyperliquid going up to highs of $78 by June, or even this Fibonacci up here at 99. Well, let's just say $100 at $100, or the top Fibonacci at $110. So we have a possibility of actually seeing Hyperliquid have a short squeeze all the way up to $100. There is the possibility that that could happen, but you have to be aware that, you know, once Bitcoin starts dumping, everything else can start dumping with it. Hyperliquid has broken away from Bitcoin here, but remember, everything is subject to the hands of Bitcoin, so you got to be extremely careful. Now, if this thing were to double, well, kind of double, go up to $100, let me show you what this would show for circulating supply. You just got to go take that and multiply that circulating supply right there. And we'll go ahead and multiply that by $100 because that's the price that we're looking for, and that'd be 23.8 billion. So at $100, Hyperliquid would be at a $23.8 billion market cap, and currently it's at a $13.9 billion market cap. So it's gonna take some time for it to get up there, but I do think that we might actually see this thing get up there. Now it is all the way at 117% in the last year, so it has went up a lot. So I'm not saying that it's 100% going to go all the way up here, but I'm saying that we could be building that divergence for us to go up there, right? Because going all the way up to $100 would be crazy, especially when we're already in an overbought range on the percent R trend exhaustion, right? Since we're already in an overbought range, we're in the process of pulling back. And like I mentioned before, you might be able to get Hyperliquid at a cheaper price. Like if we pull back, possibly even down to $45, the support, that's the last support that we have here, right? We don't have any supports between $45 and $58, right? The last one here is at 45. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that $45 support if it were to pull back, right? So that'd be probably a cheap area that you can get in. But still, like I mentioned before, we're already overbought in the percent R trend exhaustion, so be careful. This thing could start dumping, and maybe it keeps dumping. Maybe it goes below $45. But what I will say is here, if you missed this pump, don't go chasing the price of Hyperliquid. Don't go chasing it. Look for a good entry. Look for a good entry price, because at this point, it's a super bullish narrative, and you never want to buy at the highs. Like Hyperliquid has just now created all-time highs. One thing you never want to do is buy something when it's at all-time highs, right? This thing went all the way from $6 all the way up to $60, right? So it literally 10x. So the last thing you want to do is buy something when it's literally at its all-time high. You never want to buy anything at its all-time high, and Hyperliquid's at its all-time high right now. So be extremely careful. Can it keep running? Yes. Can it possibly even get up to $100? Yes. But will it? I don't know. Nobody knows actually. And all we can really do is look at all the technical indicators, and we're seeing stuff like the percent R trend exhaustion showing it's already overbought. So if it's already overbought, it has the possibility to continue, yes, and stay overbought for even longer, or it has the possibility to just sell all the way off. Because last time it went for a little bit, but then it sold off, right? So it did it again previously. So we just got to see how long will it stay overbought for. Will it do it a little bit and then sell off? Because if that is the case, we might have a pullback and pump to like $65 or pump to like $70 and then dump, right? We might do something like that. So you have to be extremely cautious here when dealing with Hyperliquid, because it's at its all-time highs, and like this narrative is super bullish with it. But remember, this is how people get used as exit liquidity. Like the institutional investors are getting in at the beginnings of the pumps, and then you have the retail investors getting in at all-time highs. You don't want to be buying at all-time highs, because think about what you're doing here. You're buying high, and then when it sells off and you lose a bunch of money, you're then going to sell. So you're selling low. So why would you buy high just to sell low? The idea here is to buy low and then sell high. So what we have to do here is wait for a pullback. So like we're waiting for this pullback here. Like I said, $45, that's what I would be targeting. If it doesn't reach that and it goes like halfway and it keeps pumping, then so be it. You just got to wait for the next big pullback. But right now, this is like a short squeeze, right? It's just pumping and squeezing, it's going up. You got to be extremely careful with those type of rallies inside of crypto, because it could easily reverse, and then you can easily start seeing some selling pressure. Now, as we pull back, this is the hourly chart. We have the 50-day moving average. We could use that as support. So maybe we stop there and then we continue, and we don't go all the way down to 45 cents or $45. So that is a possibility right there. That is a possibility. And then remember what I said about the divergence. Look, this is how bearish divergence works. Higher highs on the MACD, lower highs on the chart. What do we just now see? We've seen the highest of highs right here on the MACD, and now we're selling off a little bit. But then we're going to start doing what? We're going to start printing out lower highs on the charts, and it's going to look something similar to this. But what is it going to do? It's going to start printing out those higher highs on the chart. So you look at the MACD here, boom, that's one right there. And I'll go ahead and pull up the chart here for you. Lower highs, higher highs on the charts, lower highs on the MACD. So then boom, look, lower high here on the MACD, boom, lower high here on the MACD, boom, lower high here on the MACD, boom. What is that going to look like on the charts? That's going to look like pullback to 50-day moving average, boom, or possibly somewhere near it, and then boom, another higher high on the chart, pullback, and then another higher high on the chart. So like I said before, this might end up getting to like $70, or we might see it getting to the Fibonacci at 78, or it can get all the way up here to the top at $100, the top of the Fibonacci. So those are the levels for Hyperliquid. And then after that, you'll probably see not a massive dump, but you will see a big pullback. All right. So that's what we're looking at there. Now, moving on from all this, if you guys don't know what Hyperliquid is, I know I kind of just got into all of this. It's like a DeFi perps trading platform. Think of Aster, but with their own chain, right? Think of Aster with their own chain. So that's pretty much what we're looking at here with Hyperliquid. This is their Twitter here. It says that the blockchain to house all finance, trade, build apps, and launch tokens on the same hyper performant chain, X, by Hyper Foundation. So this is actually interesting. You know, you can build apps, you can trade, you can launch tokens, you can do all of that. But I think the two biggest things is building apps and trading, because a lot of people are building apps with this platform, right? This is coming from someone, I think this person works with Hyperliquid on some type of level. Maybe they're like a co-founder. I don't know. I don't know this guy, but supposedly he spent some time in Washington, DC with Hyperliquid, and they were talking with policymakers and the government during the historic advancement of the Clarity Act. They discussed Hyperliquid and the benefits that it could offer to American consumers in the regulatory path to bring on-chain derivative markets into the United States. So they're literally talking directly with the policymakers. Hyperliquid it is. So that is actually very, very big. That's a very big thing for them. And not only that, like I said, they're collabing with a lot of different big faces inside of the crypto space. Here's a collab with Coinbase. Today, we're expanding our support for Hyperliquid by becoming the platform's official treasury deployer of USDC. On-chain markets operate 24/7 and require collateral that is always available, instantly transferable, and deeply liquid. USDC delivers exactly that. So now they're collaborating with them, and now they're the official treasury deployer for USDC. So that's pretty big. And now this is coming from Hyperliquid, a little partnership with Phantom. Congratulations to Phantom on reaching $20 million in builder code revenue, because you can build on there as well on Hyperliquid. And this is huge in under a year. So users can trade 200 plus markets in the Phantom app, including crypto, indices, commodities, and more, all thanks to Hyperliquid. So that's pretty big. All right, and then we just got more integrations here. We got Ledger perps are finally coming natively to Ledger wallet thanks to Hyperliquid, provided by Yield XYZ and built on Hyperliquid. So this is huge. I mean, they're pretty groundbreaking right now. They're doing some pretty groundbreaking things. Hyperliquid is now live in Trust Wallet with 0% markup fee. So you can see they're being integrated into every single DeFi platform. So they got connections in this industry, and they're doing their thing. Now this guy says important nuance on this comparison. Hype has 788 million in revenue, is almost entirely from the Perp Dex app layer. ETH sold Tron pure layer 1 gas fees, but this actually makes the bull case for Hype. They capture value at both layers, app plus chain. Most layer 1s do not. So yeah, that's a good statement made by him. And then this guy says Hyperliquid takes 44.58% of all crypto fees this week. 97% of those fees automatically goes to buying and burning Hype. This is a flywheel people keep understanding or underestimating. So they had Hyperliquid taking the whole crypto. So yeah, that's another thing as well. So that could be another reason why Hyperliquid just keeps pumping and pumping and pumping. But remember, nothing continues to go up, and up, right? Nothing really does that. It's a slow, long process. So this didn't just happen out of nowhere. This was a slow process for it. It consolidated and traded sideways for a pretty long time. If you look at it, it was consolidating and trading sideways since March, and now it kind of finally just took off. So this wasn't random. This was definitely built, and especially looking at this ascending triangle. All right, but this is pretty much all I got for you guys today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the link in the description for Advances 5 if you want to do DeFi perps trading on the base platform. You can sign up with the link that I have, and then you'll help support the channel. And also check out Chart Prime, best automatic trading indicators, link in the description. And then also, if you want to become a member of the channel, go ahead and click that join button. It's only $9.99 per month, and you can have me go over any stock or crypto as long as it's not a low cap scam coin. So shout out to you guys, and as always, I'll be back with another video.